Sandblast. In an instant, your mind clears, and the fog that was numbing your mind lifts. Which is weird. They've never just let go of you before. They must be getting bored. The knife clatters to the ground as you try to come to your senses, looking down to see the sharp bone impaling your chest. Your hands instantly grasp at the end sticking out before your body can even register the pain. Your legs slipping on the floor as blood oozes from your wounds. You stumble backwards into a pillar. There are nicks in it from some places, from Sans and them trading attacks, and you feel that distinctly as you slide down it, curling around yourself like a wilting flower.
What? Normally it takes a bit more than that to take you down. Out of food already?
You hear Sans mock you as you struggle to breathe, each breath tasting more like iron than the last. You want to answer him, but you can't. You're breathless, and when you try to speak to him, all you manage to accomplish is making yourself even more winded, blood splattering down your lips and chin.
What was that? I couldn't hear you. Skeleton and all.
He jokes as he walks over to you.
I'd ask if you had a change of heart, but that's impossible. You don't have one of those.
You let out a small huff at that one, black encroaching at the edges of your vision. The tight grip you had on the bone impaling you slips as the fight, the determination, drains out of you. You distinctly hear every step he takes, each pained breath and gurgle that leaves you. You just want to die, to go to that peaceful and blissfully empty black space that waits for you each and every time this happens. You know he hates you. You don't blame him. You hate you too. Suddenly, your world is moving, and you're being lifted. The cracked remains of what's left of your soul is being used to raise you in the air. Yet even though your body's defying gravity, it complains at the movement, and you can't help but let out a small whine of pain, eyes clenching shut as the bone shifts deep within your chest cavity. You accept it, though. It's what you deserve for not being able to stop them. To stop yourself.
Now listen here, pal.
Sans states the word like poison.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna end this, and then, if we were ever friends, if there was ever any good in that soul of yours, you won't come back.
You look at him now, fear permeating every part of your body. Sans stands stiff, eye blazing blue, smile reaching so wide it almost splits his face in two. What must he see before him? A human? A demon? An adult or a child? You sputter again, determination burning in your chest as your lungs strain amidst the blood clogging them to speak. Sans, I'm sorry. You slur out, iron filling your blood. Sans, I'm sorry. You slur out, iron filling your mouth with every syllable. Sans' expression doesn't change. He just hefts you a little higher before summoning a gaster blaster behind him.
If you really were sorry, you'd do what I asked you to.
When you wake up again, the first thing you see is the bright, faraway light of the surface. You know down the hallway awaits the room where Flowey will try to take your soul and Toriel will save you in the nick of time. You should get up and get a move on, but a large part of you just doesn't feel the need to move anymore. What's the point? The surface is so far away, and the flower bed is so soft. No one misses you down here. No one but Sans and Flowey remembers. What would it hurt just to take a nap? Just for a little while. Sans waits by the door to the ruins. It's been weeks since the last reset. Days since the old lady's come to the door. Sans wants to remain optimistic, but he knows the signs. The kid didn't listen. Why would they ever listen? They had the power to turn the entire timeline back at the drop of a dime, and no one seemed to remember but him. He can't blame them, even if it does make him angry. Sans is so deep in his thoughts that he startles when he hears the click and shift of the door opening. He prepares for the worst, for a Frisk covered in dust, with eyes the color of the blood they carry. What he sees honestly throws him for a loop.
Old lady? Old lady?
Sans asks, confused, hopeful. He's never seen the lady open the door. Ever. He doesn't understand why she's here, but a change of pace is always welcome in his book. Oh, hello. You must be my pun pal, she says, turning to him with a sad smile. In her hands she holds...
Lady? What is that?
I guess you've noticed. Well, I guess we'll not be trapped down here much longer, she says, moving her hands to show the small, stained glass box. Inside, Sans clearly sees a soul. He knows that soul. He feels his smile strain and his eye sockets darken. I'm sorry. I must have gotten there too late. I got there and they were already... They were... I tried to revive them, she says, voice breaking and the fur around her eyes clumping due to her tears. Her hands start to shake so hard the small glass box rattles.
It's not your fault, lady. You did your best,
Sans hears himself saying, even as he eyes the box in her hands. He thinks he should feel relieved, happy even, but all he feels is their blood on his bones and their broken apology before he killed them. Again.
If we were ever friends, if there was ever any good in that soul of yours, you won't come back.
He never expected them to listen.